exciting evening. We have Scruffy Diamond. He is just so fantastic. There's going to be links later on so you can follow this lovely gentleman. Look, drone. At this point you're like, you're in a field again, Juliet. What are you doing? We are in Carleton. So what we're going to be doing is filming the site of a 13th, allegedly, or 14th century watermill. I've got a little bit of history, not a lot, but as you guys we thought you guys would love to see some aerial footage, which hopefully we're gonna splice in later. Anyway, off we wander. Thank you for doing this.
No worries. No problem.
I keep thinking I'm going to sort of fall over because I'm watching the drone.
Yeah, I'm going to have to stop walking. Maybe that walk and live thing that I was talking about before might not work. I was playing with the settings last night, so it's all off completely. So I need to change the things. There we go.
Anyway, I'm going to sort of head towards that. The archaeologist, LP Archaeology, they've actually left. They left on Friday. So this is all waiting for the building people to come in. There's been lots of mentions about this on social media, on Facebook, Twitter, on the past groups. There have been ladies and gents turning up from across the boroughs just to have a look, just to see what's what. A lot of talk about the residents who are not happy about the proposed building of 300 plus houses. So of course we're taking the opportunity to film before it just goes, it gets dug up, just to see the history. Now, as I mentioned, some of the history, this was provided by lovely lady who was on one of the Facebook groups, British History Online. Again, I'm going to put some links in later on. Basically there's little bits I'm going to read in a bit, the footnotes 2, 12 and 58, so you can also look them up as well.
It's over there. Nothing. So just stop there.
I'm not sure.
You're not sure
I
where
think
I am?
when we know. I think you're sort of hovering over the main structure of the building, but it's like you say, when we sort of walk around we can kind of get a feel for what the buildings were like, but obviously with your drone we can sort of see it from, well, bird's eye view or a scruffy view.
Yeah.
Yay! But it gives everybody a chance to go, oh wow, me included. So I've just spent the past 10 minutes going, and how'd you do this, and how'd you do that? Being a techno geek, basically. I will walk around, honest. I'm just too busy watching the drone going, ooh. Well, hopefully, like I said, you guys will enjoy this when we splice it all together. And just subscribe.
I don't reckon we make one cube between us. One full view.
We've had a little bit of rain over the past few days. Right, time for a spot of footnote goodness. Footnote 2. Here was formerly a cook stool in Great Carleton. Now, if like me, I thought, what on earth is a cook stool? Apparently, and I used the dictionary for this, cooking stools or ducking stools were chairs formerly used for punishment of disorderly women and dishonest tradesmen in England, Scotland and elsewhere. They were instruments of public humiliation, both primarily for the offence of scolding or backbiting, and even offences like bearing an illegitimate child or prostitution. We don't know the exact location though, but we do know it was Carleton. Can you imagine if you bought one of the houses here and it was on this, and you were digging out your back garden and you found these? Ugh. It is Monday the 2nd of August 2021, probably about 8 o'clock. As you can see, Bella Long Shadow, me. Hello. And we have the lovely Scruffy there. Probably hear and see the drone. So let's do a little bit more careful exploration. What LP Archaeology have been doing whilst they've been on site, you probably see all these holes, they're test pits. Watch a few episodes of Time Team and that will give you a bit of an overview and a gist of how these digs actually work, of course. And hopefully with the drone footage, when we put this all together, it'll just give you an overview of how big the site is, what it may or may not have looked like. And probably quite a thriving little spot in Carleton back then. Oh, for a TARDIS. More test pits over there. What the ladies and gents of LP Archaeology will have done is actually take away some of the soil samples for analysis, and I would assume, I do stand to be corrected if I've got this wrong by the way, that a report will be produced for the companies, the housing companies that are going to build on this site. hopefully you'll be able to see some of the footage later where they did some of the first test pits, because that's where some of the greenery has started to grow again. Oh. Please do share. Like I said, history is for sharing. It's a good thing. Once this is gone, it's gone. And it's always good to have a record of things like this. Because more often than not, things just get demolished, or knocked down, or built over. And I can look back, and to be honest, Scruffy can look back and we can go, we walked around that site. It was a bit fabulous. More from British History, who said the following: dairy farming in Carleton was the chief industry. The township has a local parish council. Footnote 12. I've mispronounced these, so I apologise in advance. Henry de Whittington gave 3 acres on the south side of Little Carleton, while Henry's son, Henry de Carleton, gave a meadow called Ellicar in Little Carleton. The bounds of this meadow began at the ditch of Cecily de Leighton, where it went down to Staining Ditch, and extended east to Backlack and went to Stockenbridge. Henry reserved the watercourse for the use of his mill. So that's a good mention of the mill there. Like I said, I will put these links in the video below. You can look them up. If anybody has any other information, anything at all, please comment, please let us know, because that'd be just a bit fantastic. Please ignore my long shadows again. Now, if I've got this right, the mounds of dirt, sorry, you can see are spoil heaps. Well, sometimes the archaeologists will have a look and see what's what in there. And apparently they found some medieval pottery. There was an arrowhead. I got to see that. That was a bit fantastic. And everything will be recorded and catalogued. cannot explain how big this site actually is. And to be honest, it would be nice to look back and think, I'm glad I saw this, I'm glad I had the chance to record it. I mean, how many people can say within the Foul Coast have actually been on the site of a ancient watermill? Not quite sure when the builders are going to be moving in. One would assume perhaps they may put fences up, corner off the fields. So again, there's a public footpath that goes through here. That's another reason why we are actually recording this as well. Right, footnote 58, last one. Henry might maintain a priest at his own expense, but no injury to the tithes or other rights of the parish church was to be caused. As a guarantee, he gave rent charge of 3 shillings on his watermill in Carleton, and to the prior and monks of Lancaster. When I did try to research this again, maybe looking in the wrong spots or publications. It'd be fantastic if there was some more information that could be revealed. And hopefully this will show in the aerial footage later the ditch, perhaps, which may have been a lot larger many centuries ago, which would have made the watermill work.